So I was planning some content for another. I was doing some research for another piece of content that I was going to be making, and I stumbled across this video. And this is probably the fourth or fifth guy I've seen who has come out of Jake Paul's camp and has said damn near this exact thing.
I don't know, man, because I ain't trying to mess my money up. They was paying good money. Like, I don't know, man. So finally, one of the other sparring partners, he got his rib hurt out there sparring with Jake. He wasn't in pro. He was an amateur about to turn pro. At this time, I was already 16-1, I think 16-2. I already fought for a world title, so I had all the experience already. And other sparring partner got his ribs hurt, so they're gonna fly another guy in to help with sparring. I said, no, just give me all the rounds. Dude was like, you want 5 rounds with Jake Paul? I said, man, stop fucking playing with me, man. Yeah, give me the rounds, man. So we go in there, and by this time, they keep telling me, man, we need you to push him. Like, come on, like, push him, like, make him better. And finally, one of his coaches was like, man, I ain't gonna lie. You out here looking like a sucker. I was like, what? A sucker? All right. So that whole night, I went home thinking, like, a sucker? What the fuck? You know what? All right. Tomorrow, I'm going to just straight dog him out. And so Thursday came, or Tuesday came, and told me to spar Jake Paul 5 rounds straight. And I went straight to him, man. Ain't no boxing, ain't no in and out. I just walked straight to him and dogged him out, man. That's the video that leaked by his team with the bloody nose and the blood everywhere and shit. I just walked straight to him. Well, sadly to say, that's the last time I sparred Mr. Paul, because they flew my black ass back home after that. I messed up the bag.
They don't say it in a way that's necessarily trying to put Jake down. They're not hating. They're not like mad at Jake necessarily. They're not like trying to get clout. They're just very practically and very logically and sensibly speaking about what happened. They were told to go light, or they just originally did go light. They were doing okay against him. They started going a little harder, a little more intense, a little more oomph behind their shots, using more of their skill set. Before you know it, they start beating the hell out of Jake because they're better than he is, and his skill level isn't that high. Before you know it, they're whooping him all around the ring. And then after the round, they get pulled out and sent home and fired. This is like the fourth or fifth guy I've seen who has said this about Jake, who has said that like this exact dynamic happens, where as soon as you start doing well against him, as soon as you start having success, and you really start showing that you're a better boxer than he is, they get upset, they get mad, Jake gets mad, his team gets mad. Before you know it, you're fired. And, you know, it's just representative that, like, this dude doesn't want to be the best boxer. He doesn't care. He's there to have a team who inflates his ego, who tells him he's better than he is, who gives him pats on the back, who makes him feel good about himself, who would probably get fired if they started going too hard on him, who brings in sparring partners who are, you know, low level enough for him to beat and knock out. You know, and just very much give in to the image that he's trying to manufacture to himself and to everyone else that he's a good boxer. And again, this is like the fourth or fifth guy I've seen come out and say just this. So it's just very funny, and it's very comical, and gives you an indication of what's really going on inside Jake Paul's head and inside of his camp, and what his true intentions are. And, you know, the videos that were going around of him knocking people out a couple years ago, the videos where he was just flatlining all these guys, you look at the skill level of all those guys, they suck. They all suck. They're not good. They're not impressive. Some of them look like they've been boxing for like 2 or 3 weeks. There was a guy recently for the Mike Tyson fight that he dropped. It was a bigger guy. He was posting it all over social media. Kind of went a little viral on social media, and it looks impressive at first, but then you look at this guy's skill level, you look at what he does, he literally just puts his hands down and walks right into a shot like an amateur, and Jake just times him with an overhand right. It's like he's not fighting anyone good. He never will. He doesn't need to because his fights are fixed. He doesn't need to fight anyone good. Anyone too good, he kicks him out because it bruises his ego and he can't take it. He can't take it. He doesn't want to be the best boxer. He doesn't care. Like, I'm sure he wants to improve in some way, shape, or form, but it's just very fascinating the level of ego and delusion that a lot of these guys have and how much they really can't take difficult things or getting checked or getting put in their place or getting found out or even, getting beat up in a ring when that's what a sparring partner is supposed to do. You're supposed to bring in sparring partners who are better than you, who can challenge you and push you. And it's just fascinating. It's quite fascinating, the ego that a lot of these influencers have. And Jake probably got triggered by that because most of his fights are fake and fixed. So when someone actually started beating him, it's probably super foreign to him. So he probably got triggered and just kicked him out. He's like, what the hell is this? I don't lose fights. Because he probably has convinced himself that they're all real, even though they're all fake. That's what people do. That's what scammers do eventually. They convince themselves that they're doing the right thing and that they're not doing anything wrong and that they're, helping people or, doing the world a favor or whatever delusions they convince themselves of. I'm sure he's convinced himself that he's doing the right thing, that he's not lying to people. After all the podcasts he's gone on saying he's this great boxer and all this stuff, he's had to convince himself of his own lies. But this is how he reacts when someone actually beats him. Can't take it. So I just saw this. This was like almost like a little side tangent. It's just funny. I've literally seen probably like 4 to 6 people doing interviews coming out and saying just this. And it's pretty fascinating. I was doing interviews I interviewed a couple people. I don't even know if I still have the footage. And I actually interviewed 2 of Jake's previous sparring partners, and they both said like the same thing. Like they started doing well, and like Jake's team started freaking out. He started getting upset. It turned into a war. When he realized he couldn't beat him, he just started, just going as hard as he could, or just, I don't know, causing drama. The team started trying to fight the sparring partners, just all this crazy stuff. So, yeah. Jake Paul doesn't want to be the best boxer. His team probably doesn't want him to be the best boxer. He probably doesn't even have the right team around him to become that guy. Because if he did, why would you get rid of a sparring partner who's beating you? You should keep that guy around, pay him more money until you can beat him and your skill level is better than him. Then you bring in new guys. Why would you just get rid of him because he's beating you up? That means you're not good enough. And that means he's willing to risk his job. You should keep him around and pay him more. But Jake and his team are too big of idiots to realize that. So it is what it is. Anyways, just thought I'd give a little bit of commentary, make some talking points about it. I thought it was fascinating that this keeps happening. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'll be responding to every single one. Again, hopefully I can put this video in there. It doesn't get copywritten, but if not, I'll link it below and I'll try to put something that represents the thumbnail so you can have some context. But we'll go from there. Check out the either way, I'll just put the video below so you guys can see it. Check out the video so you have more context and understanding as to what I'm saying. Let me know what you think in the comments. Give it a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you want to. If not, don't worry about it. Just keep enjoying the free content, and we'll go from there. So my name's Angelo. This is The Art of Violence. Till next time.